Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. How are you doing? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling good this morning? I am. I am feeling all right. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I just said to Yvonne backstage, and I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling my 100% best self this morning, but it's all good. Still turning up, still doing the thing for you guys. How are you all feeling? Who's going to be first past the post this morning? Waiting for Facebook to gather you all together for me. I'm putting a little bit of bronzer on this morning. I'm waking myself up. Claire Clark is first past the post. Good morning, Claire Clark. Hello, good morning, Diane Ivory. Hello, hello. Tutu Tuesday greetings from Joe Smith, feeling all sassy over in Brum there. Let me know what the weather's doing where you are, and I will pop you on the board. If you're watching in the Hive, make sure that you are giving permission to funnily enough, there we go. There's the first one. If you're watching in the Hive, make sure you give permission to StreamYard so that we can see you. Otherwise, you look like a Facebook user and we don't know what your name is. So please do give permission. It's just a case of going to the title and clicking permission, and then you come straight back to us. Let me know where you are in the world. Let me know where you're watching from. My name's Danny Wallace, and I am the Queen Bee. Again, it's a bold statement, but it's a statement that is for everybody. It is a reclamation of your power. Welcome to the show at Rise Up Show this morning, where I share with you all of the incredible entrepreneurs, both on and offline, that I know with you, to just share more of the love. The whole point of the IATQB movement is that we show up, wise up, and rise up together. So if I share with you as many of the incredible people that I know or that are in my circle, the richer we all are, right? Right. This is not gin, it's water, it's early. Stop it, you lot. Don't be naughty. So where are we at? I've got my beans at the ready. Our gorgeous Sandra is still in the Costa Blanca. So I'm imagining that it's going to be sunny. So we're going to rep the Costa Blanca. It's not raining yet, but the rain's in the post. So I'm going to swap the rain for an it's a bit shit for Preston. What is it like where you are? Tell me. We've got some Scotch jobbies just in case anyone wants to throw us a little bit of a little bit of a curveball. You're the bee and you're buzzing. Yes, I am. This is brilliant. Love the weather chart. Alexandra, let's be really clear. This is not the real weather. We are very, very British and we like talking about the weather. So I thought we'd make it a talking point first thing in the morning, just by kind of sticking our heads out of the window. I'm not a meteorologist or a weather girl or weather woman or weather person even. So you're in the Isle of Man. It is sunny and windy. I'm going to give you a little sunny bee for the Isle of Man there. There you go. That's for you, Alessandra. Welcome to the show. I always lose you in Shropshire. However, the sun is coming out to play. I'm here for it. I'm just going to pop you in the middle and hope that I get you right. It's got to be something like that, isn't it? My geography's horrific. It's Scorchio in Norfolk today. And you know, with me saying that, the sun has just peeked around the cloud. Oh, look at that. Look at that sunshine on my arm there. Sun has just peeked around the clouds there. But we have got you. You use stickers, which is way better than Sharpies. I use magnets because it's reusable. We did at the very beginning use Sharpies, didn't we, on a flip chart? We're trying to get more sort of, not just one use. The map that I used to draw when we did use the paper was ridiculous. It was just two triangles stuck on top of each other, and I called it the British Isles. But anyway, right, how are we all feeling? So yesterday was Monday. I asked you guys to set some intentions for the week. What were your intentions? What did you come through with? It is cloudy in Leatherhead, in Surrey. Cloudy. It's a bit shit one. There we go. It's a bit shit. In Surrey, I'd like to imagine Surrey's around there. If I get it wrong, it's all right. You can rectify me. It's all good. You're in the south. You're below the Watford Gap. It's raining in Inverness. There we go. Up in Scotland, represented just there. Am I far enough north for Inverness? Maria, am I far enough north? I'm kind of repping Scotland there with the little rainy bee up in the middle. But let me know whereabouts you are watching from in the UK. We've got some incredible guests this week. And today is no exception. I've been so excited to share this bloody firecracker with you this morning. We have, I've got the honor to be working with this powerhouse of a stylist in just a few weeks' time. She is actually one of our experts in the Rockstar Level Up Mastermind. So the masterminders that are with us are going to get the benefit of hanging out with this wonderful, wonderful person in a little bit more depth. Today we have her for just about 55 minutes, something like that. So I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to bring it on. It's very windy in North Yorkshire. Is that it's a bit shit, Sally? Is that an it's a bit shit if it's very windy, or is it sunshiny? What am I giving you? Shall I give you sunshine, or shall I give you an it's a bit shit? But you tell me. It is cloudy in Blackpool. My sister's just been driving to Blackpool and says that it's absolutely chucking it down. So I'm going to give us a little bit of a rainy bit up there, just a little bit further north. But yes, I'm very, very excited to have this wonderful person on the show this morning. I'm not going to muck about. We're going to bring her straight in lieu of the applause button. I want you to hit the share and hit the like button as we welcome to the show the very stylish, the very fabulous Yvonne Phillip. Good morning.
Hey. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Danny. How are you doing?
There she is. I am good. I'm waked up a little bit and I've got a little bit of mascara and a bit of bronzer on. And I'm kind of feeling myself again.
We're ready to face the world.
Just about. And this is the thing about doing this show. It isn't about turning up as your best self every morning. It's about turning up. That's what it's about. That some days you're going to feel like you don't want to turn up. And they're the days that you've still got to turn up. Because they're the days that everybody else will stay in bed.
Mm-hmm. But we're here with your behind.
That is it. We are here with the IATQB movement. Thank you for joining us. I know it's early. But Yvonne, we have got a lot to talk about this morning. We have got all kinds of things to talk about this morning in the field of style and success.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I do.
It is what you do. Okay, so tell us about what you do, my angel.
Okay, so I support female entrepreneurs and executives or ambitious women. So, some people that want to climb the career ladder and want to get out of their 9-to-5 to get the success that they want. But in saying what they want, some women also need that success. And it doesn't matter what success means to an individual. Some people it's money, some people it's happiness. Success is different things to different people. So I support women to get that through the elevation of their personal brand. So I help them with their style, and I've got branded experts that come in and speak to them about a number of other things as well, and just support them to get to that next level, to feel that confidence, to be visible, to have that confidence, to show up as their authentic self, and build emotional connections with clients and individuals so that the way that they're showing up doesn't go against them, it works for them.
Right. Absolutely. And it's not about trying to be anybody that you're not. In fact, that's quite the opposite of what it is that you work with people on. It's not about all of a sudden having to sort of power dress with shoulder pads and, suiting and booting yourself, but working out how you are most comfortable showing up so you can be your best self. Because that's it, isn't it? What you wear really does inform how you feel and then how you behave as a result of how you feel, right?
Absolutely. So I call it the forgotten brand element because, with regard to branding, everybody knows about your fonts and your logos and your pictures and all that kind of stuff. But they don't think about what they're wearing and how that makes not only them feel, but a potential client or a potential employer. They don't realize, they're like, oh, people should accept me the way that I am. Yes, they should. Absolutely. But they don't.
They don't, and it would be a fib within the whole of the business and industry space to completely just go with I'm going to dress however I want in whatever situation I want, and that's like I get it because I'm a purveyor of I am gonna turn up as 100% me.
Me too.
But I'm not gonna turn up somewhere in my pajamas. Maybe I will. I might turn up to the show in my pajamas, but it's really thinking about what different pieces give off different feelings, and you can and you can orchestrate energies in rooms with what you're wearing and how you're feeling.
Absolutely.
Conscious about how that works, and that's what you do, isn't it? You help people get to grips with that.
I help people get to understand themselves. So a lot of people think, and a lot of stylists, they work in, it's just about what you're wearing. It's really superficial, and they put their clients in garments that they would never be, never, it's basically, it's not them. So I dig deep to find out, who are you and what makes you tick? So what's your values? What's your personalities? Who are your clients? Who do you, want to get an emotional connection with? And when I'm saying emotional connection, we're not necessarily talking about a relationship in terms of partners, but business relationships.
It's
or
energetic connection, isn't it? It's that kind of like, I'm digging you, you're digging me sort of thing.
Absolutely. And then when they know who they are, that ultimately gives them the confidence, because they're like, wow, I've been Mummy Joe, or I've been the wife of, or I've been for so long. I haven't found myself. And through a process, they find themselves, they find their confidence. And for me, it's not about completely changing the way you dress. For me, it's about what makes you uniquely yourself, and how can we dress that way so we find the balance between that emotional energy, as you say, and you feeling confident to show up, talk on stages, do your Facebook lives, every day. And, that's ultimately what I do.
It does. And by giving your personal brand style that kind of thought, really does turn up the volume on how you are perceived, whether we like this or not. So for those out there that are like, oh, I don't like the thought of that, but whether we like it or not, it is a power to have this knowledge. It is a power to have to also how you feel. I mean, as a speaker and a speaker trainer, how you feel on stage really does inform how you speak on stage. So for me, I can't wear high heels on stage because I'm too busy jumping around the place and standing on chairs and throwing myself all over the gaff and lying on the floor and picking myself back up and doing all sorts of that. I can't do that in a pair of Louboutins. For other people out there, they feel like they present better when they're on stage in a pair of heels because they will stand taller, or they will feel, they will feel more powerful because they're, from a positioning point of view, they are, making themselves bigger. So it's so interesting that what works for one person will not work for another person.
Absolutely. And that's why it's about you being your unique self and being authentic and getting a style that's right for you. Danny, I can go on stage in heels. I bet you 10 minutes into my delivery, I will take my heels off.
Take them off.
I've done it before. I've done it before. Literally, I'm really sorry. I love these shoes. That's why I've worn them. But they're getting in my way right now.
Right.
And people love it. People are like, wow, she just took her shoes off.
Okay, there she is.
Yeah, I'm here now, So it's about, as I said, it's about finding that balance between you presenting yourself perfectly within the first 7 seconds, because it takes 7 seconds for people to make an impression of you. You walk into a room, you know what it's like. Everyone's like,
okay.
And they form an impression of you. Yeah, they form an impression of you, good or bad. And we obviously want it to be a good one. 7 seconds on your website, 7 seconds on social media, it's probably even less.
Yeah.
If they don't stop that, you've got to stop.
3 flicks, 1, 2, 3, and then you're done. That's it.
So your style is just as important as the fonts, the colors, and everything else. Because if you're not showing up right, whether it's us two doing a live or whether it's a picture, you're going to miss an opportunity.
Right.
And that's what I try to support women to understand. And I work with them to do that. But for me, it's not about buying clothes. I'm a sustainable stylist, so I only go out and support women to buy clothes if they need them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing that's becoming even more important now more than ever. That really having a stylist, like before I entered this world, before I met people like you, Yvonne, having a stylist was something that was so outside of the realms of what I thought was what I needed. But it was only when I got in that I realized that I've got a whole heap of clothes here that I am not dressing as well as I could do, and then I don't wear them. Whereas actually, if but knowing somebody like you and being able to book appointments with people like it isn't about just paying for a stylist and then having to go and spend hundreds of thousands of pounds on clothes. Having a look at what you've got and making that work for you in different ways, even if it's accessorizing or wearing it differently or all of this sort of stuff. And you won't have thought about it before.
Absolutely. A lot of my clients, two of my clients in the last month, one was in Canada and she was having a personal brand shoot. And she said that, you know, she'd had a real sleepless night about her shoot. And then she just realized she just needs to get a stylist. And obviously she has the traditional stylist in mind. And most people think that, you know, the everyday, you know, Danny and Eve's, you know, we don't need a stylist. We can't afford a stylist. That's the Hollywood thing. That's for celebrity. But she said, you know,
my stylist. Oh, darling, look at my
darling. So she was like, okay, let me just do this because this is really important. This is about me being able to show up and, you know, I'm having professional photography, etc.
Right.
I sat down with her. We had an online consultation, and I was like, "Do you want to buy clothes?" She was like, "Oh yes." I was like, "Oh yeah." That's not where I start, you know. And I explained that the fashion industry is the second most polluting in the world. Right. The first most polluting industry is oil. So if you think about number one is oil, number two is fashion. Yeah, Danny, right?
Jeez.
Precisely. We need to get away from that throwaway culture. Let's make use of what we have. Let's find different ways of wearing it. So literally, I said, okay, send me your brand colors, just so I've got an idea and a feel of what you're looking for. I looked through her website. I said, pick out everything in your wardrobe that matches your brand colors. She did that. We had another call, had a little bit of fashion show in her bedroom. We found 4 outfits literally in 30 minutes. She was like, I cannot believe it. I would have never thought to wear these together. Right. Her pictures are amazing. And she was like, I can't believe that. And I can't believe that you're in the UK and I'm in Canada and we did this.
Yeah. But it's also moving into the online space has opened up so many doors in places that lots of us didn't really think that that was the spot for us. Like for me, speaking, I was speaking on stages and teaching people to speak on stages. Since lockdown, I'm teaching people to speak online. It's the same kind of content, but a different method of delivery.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we do need to mix it up. And this is what I do with, you know, like for an example, another client that was on another shoot. I literally went to her house. So I was like, okay, do you want to go shopping? Because she was very conscious. She was, you know, she'd put on a bit of weight. She'd gone from an 18 to a 22. She'd gone from 18 to 22. So she was really like conscious. She said she feels like a geezer bird. That were her exact words. So I was like, okay, do you want to go shopping? She was like, you know, with COVID and everything that's going on, she said, you know, I really don't like shopping. I said, okay, let me come and let's see what you've got in your wardrobe. And she was like, would you do that? I'm like, fine. Once again, 4 outfits within an hour. We wanted to give her a little head tie.
Yes.
But we couldn't work out how to tie that piece of fabric to make it look good. So I just put it over her shoulder, popped it in her belt. She was like, oh my God, I can't believe you just did that. This is a headscarf. And literally on the shoot, she was going around to everybody going, this is a headscarf.
Headscarf.
my stylist did this to me. You know, she was like, so like, a photographer's like, what, that's supposed to be on your head. We're like, yeah, it's about being creative with how you think about things and mix things with different things. Once you know the science behind style, because you know what, it's like speaking, there's a science behind speaking.
Yes, absolutely.
Once you know that science and you're taught it or you get somebody that knows it, it makes getting dressed so much easier.
Right, absolutely.
On a daily basis as well, because so many of us spend, on average, there's a statistic that women spend 17 minutes in front of the wardrobe deciding what to wear.
It's like that bit out of The Grinch, isn't it? Like, I've got nothing to wear, I've got nothing to wear. You probably do.
There's loads of stuff in the wardrobe, but we're either bored of them or we've worn them and we've worn them once. How many outfits, Danny, have you bought for a night out and you've worn it once and never worn again?
I can't find them after the night out. Like, I come home and they go in the wash and then they never like reappear. And I'm like, I'm sure I bought like a whole outfit at some point.
Where are the shoes? Where? So, you know, so many of us are like that, or we have this mentality, oh, I can't wear that again. I've been seeing it before. Yes, you can. We need to, because we need to be kind to the environment that we're, you know, living in, as well as ourselves and our pockets.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's, the more that we have this conversation, the better. It's like you said, you saying that in that you know, in terms of how much the fashion industry contributes to pollution. I'd not heard that statistic before, and it just made my jaw drop, because everybody knows that burning fossil fuels and oil is a pollutant. Everybody knows that. That's not
it.
Yeah, absolutely. But no one would put them fashion directly next to that. I'm like, that.
Absolutely. Because basically what it is, think about it. A lot of our clothes, a lot of our fast fashion clothes, we're talking, Primark. Don't get me wrong, I love a Primani. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Primark, Topshop, Selfridges, etc. Miss Selfridge, etc. Those fast fashion brands, a lot of their clothes are made in like Bangladesh, India, China, etc.
Yeah.
So once they're made, first of all, they're being made in, sweat factories. People are packed in unsafe conditions.
Yeah.
Really, really minimal wage. Like some people are coming £1 a week, things like that they do. So from our point of view, it's kind of like, I'm just like, are we not exploiting those people for us to buy a T-shirt for £5?
Yeah.
But that T-shirt then has to be transported to the UK.
Yeah.
On an airline or on flight or on train, etc. So how can that T-shirt cost £5, even with economies of scale? Because the cotton still needs to get picked.
It still blows my mind how they can be so cheap. It blows my mind, because if you think about, like you say.
And then when we're thinking about like the dyeing of fabrics, so cotton is like when it's properly made, it's like a soft creamy color.
Yeah,
because it's natural fiber. So obviously we need to dye it. So all those dyes then go into the rivers and our sea, all those types of things. So it's not just plastics that are killing our fish. It's other things as well. So we really do need to be careful and try and make do with what we have, and only buy what we. I'm not saying don't buy something if you really like it, because if you're going to if you've got a fashion friend for life, start making those purchases that you're going to wear again and again. I call it a fashion friend for life, or just buy what you need.
Yeah, I did that recently with Doc Martens. I bought 2 pairs of Doc Martens. But I was like, I am going to wear these again and again and again and again and again and again in lots of different guises. I'm going to wear these with a ball gown. I'm going to wear these with some ripped jeans. I'm going to wear these like it really does make sense. And it's a hard spot to get into in your head. The investment pieces are real. Pieces that you are going to wear again and again are real, even if it's a blazer or if it's a cami or if it's something that you're going to accessorize with something. It's I'm only just even getting there now, because I'm a bit of a tramp on quiet. Like I'm here in my little play suit, and I like having a number of T-shirts with some slogans on. But the more I think about it, the more I try and make more informed decisions. I've bought less clothes in the past 12 months than I have in ages, because I just don't see the need to. But I went to, when I first started out in business, if we go back more towards the branding side of things, when I first started out working for myself, because I worked in corporate for years, and it was always very samey in corporate. It was always kind of black polyester trousers, and it was whatever top I could find and throw on with it, and and they were just like the cheapy, 7 to 10 quid pair of pants from the Asda's, and they would always be on a rotation, and then whatever top I could, decent nice top that I could find, and it was never very kind of inventive in that space. And when I left corporate, I had a mentor. There's a guy called Neil Simpson, and he was fabulous. And one of the things that he said is, when you have your own business, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is that when you get out of a car or when you arrive at a networking meeting, is to be instantly recognizable as you. And that doesn't mean to say having a T-shirt on with like your logo embroidered on it, but being instantly recognized. So for him, he's got grey hair with a black stripe, and he always wears black. Always wears black. And that's his thing. He's instantly recognizable. Now, I had a bit of a dabble with this, and I started to rock the kind of vintage sort of look. So I would turn up to networking meetings in like full like 50s swing dresses and
it would
victory
so I can
rolls.
imagine you would look fabulous. No, you would. I'm a visual person, so I know that you'll be fab. You look fabulous, but let me just sit there and think about you.
So I did, but it was almost like a caricature of, it was like my first foray into, no one gave me that. It was that because I'm plus size, the 50 style really does lend itself to larger sizes. So I thought, well, vintage works. It works. I'm a singer, so I can it lends itself to a musical style. And everywhere I went, people would recognize me as who I was. And then that kind of evolved into like the headscarves and the slightly edgier things that I wear. But again, being instantly recognizable as your brand is really important. How do you get somebody to that space where they become recognizable as themselves almost? What's that process look like?
It's okay. So first of all, we need to start, and we do dig deep into kind of like who they are. Their values, their personality, what they do in business, how they want to show up in business. I get people to ask others because, when I'm explaining a personal brand, it's, for me, it's who you are, what you say, what you look like.
Right.
Who you are plus what you say plus, what you look like equals your personal brand. So other people's opinions of yourself, unfortunately, are really, really important. So what do other people say about Danny, Queen Bee? That's part of your personal brand.
Right.
Is that something that we want to come out in your style or your personal brand or not? Yeah. Once we've come up with those and we've got a nice archetype of the type of person that you are, we can start thinking about the different style elements and what colors you should wear, what styles suit your body shape. Are you patterns? Are you prints? Are you block colors? Are you stripes? All those different things are part of a standard brand element, but also your personal brand element. Then once we've done that, we can start thinking about inspiration. So who do you like to dress? For yours, you were inspired by the 1950s.
Yeah.
Who inspires that particular client or person that I'm working with, that they would want to say, you know what, this is the way that I would like to look.
Yeah.
But it's not about you going out and buying that exact outfit, because I'm sure you've done it before, or, our listeners have done it before. They've got something from ASOS. It looks fabulous on the model. And when they've got it home, they're like, hold on.
This is not what it said it was going to do.
Precisely. We've all done it. And then we end up either forgetting to send it back or being frustrated that we have to send it back and get something else. So it's about knowing what styles suit your body shape and also what colors suit you. And the way you work with finding your colors is thinking about your hair color, your eye color, and your skin tone. That then gives you a palette of colors. It makes shopping so much easier, because if you're shopping in person, you literally can just go around the shop and go, okay, that's the color, and go to the colors, because everything's color coded.
Yes.
And then after we've done that, after we've got a nice brand board and they've got some inspiration, I teach them how to shop effectively if they want to shop. We put together a list of, these are the items that you need, these are the items that you want. They're two different things.
Yes.
two completely different things. So get the need first, because you may need a jacket, you may need some scarves, you may need some jewelry. There's a complete wardrobe checklist that I go through. And then I say, you know what, I can go shopping with you, but you've got all those skills now, you can go shopping, yourself. So that's for somebody that might want to personally shop. If it's with regard to maybe a personal brand shoot, I do it's the very same thing, but then where I would teach somebody how to shop, I will teach them how to look comfortable and feel comfortable in front of camera. Right. Because in my 20s, I dabbled in a little bit of modeling, but you could probably tell by my personality, I didn't get on very well in that industry. Because
You've got to be pretty compliant.
Precisely. They just wanted me to stand there, and I was like, I ain't got time for this. I've got a mouth. Right? I'm not a local. I'm working for the industry. So yes, I teach you how to feel comfortable, like you tell people how to feel comfortable on stage. Right, this is how you feel comfortable, and how you're going to embrace who you are and your personality, and what type of poses, and based on the location, would look good for that. If I'm there on the day, obviously, you know, I can support throughout. But if I'm not, I can either be there virtually, literally on the end of a Zoom call, or a, you know, if you're having a meltdown, send me a message. I've got you booked in my diary. Or, you know, some people just feel comfortable, like, you know what, you've given me enough. I'm good.
It causes a lot of people, and the more I find this, the more I work within business, branding shoots cause a lot of people a lot of stress. I had one not so long back for the Rockstar Level Up, and I remember speaking to Nikki about it, and having, like, Nikki was like, "I don't know what to wear. I don't know what to wear next to you. I don't know," and like it causes people a lot of stress, and I think that if you have an expert on hand that can take that stress away, that in itself is invaluable, because that comes through on your photos. I get photographed a lot, and it's great, and I love it. And I still have that kind of first 5 shots behind the camera where I'm trying to, like, kind of get loose and not just smile. Because I just, this, like, what is this?
Hi. No, that's no, I mean, and that's why a lot of people, when they book me, they would say, you know, Eves, I need you on set for the day. Not only do I make sure all your outfits are there, literally, shoes, bags, you know, everything. It's about being that calming influence, because yes, it is very nerve-wracking. And it's exhausting as well, as you know. So it's just been like, you know, we've got you, you know, I'm the person that can be like, stop the camera roll, this doesn't look right. Or the camera person might be like, I want to take it here, and I'm like, this is a great location, but it doesn't suit what she's wearing, so let's go over there and take the picture, and then we'll come back to the next one. You know, just making sure that everything's, you know, on hand for that lady, and giving them, you know, that little supporter, that affirmation, that confidence in her ear every time an outfit change, or we go through things.
Because there's nothing worse than feeling when you're on a shoot in between shots going, oh, was that all right? Sometimes just hearing someone go, yes, it was okay, it was fine, relax, let's move on to the next one. Because your anxiety can take you through to the next set of shots. Like,
and they show up. You can tell somebody's nervous. You can tell when somebody's nervous.
In the pictures.
It does. It does. And, you know, what I notice with a lot of my clients is you do warm up. As you say, the first 5 pictures, you're like, you know, and then afterwards, then you slowly, like, you warm up as you realize that, you know, you've got this, and just be yourself, start feeling comfortable. And some of those more candid shots, when you might be doing, like for me and you, Danny, it'll be us doing something, you know, silly, like, or, you know, something like that. They're the ones that always are the ones that get used, because you're seeing our energy and you're seeing our personality, you know, coming through. So I would say, you know, we can't stop the anxiety, but you need to be, do, and have who you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're, you know, aspiring to achieve something, you've got to be, do, and have that, and embody that. You know, use affirmations, the power of positive thinking, all those, you know, kinds of things. Get your playlist going on, get your affirmations.
That's it, get the music happening, because music makes a big difference as well, doesn't it? You know, even if we go back to talking about shopping, shops play certain music to an end. Like it knows. There's lots of psychologists that look at shopping experiences and curate the way that, you know, you feel when you walk into a shop. Heat being one of them, lighting being another, music being the other. The ambience when you go into a shop has been orchestrated already for most of the high street brands anyway.
And if you think about it, we start hearing Christmas tunes in shops in like October.
I'm a fan of Christmas, but it makes me sad in August.
No, October or November, we start hearing them. They're doing it for a reason. They know Christmas is not on your mind yet. But as soon as you hear ding, 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 you're going to start thinking, oh, yeah,
Christmas pie.
You know, they're going to know you're. So it's all the psychology. And, you know, there's a psychology in style as well. And the way that you're making someone feel, whether they're going to want to work with you. If you think about it, 7 seconds to create a first impression, 55% of that is visual.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's the way you look. And that's such a shame. But we need to find that balance between.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's such a, you know, you having the confidence to show up as yourself and look professional. And, you know, creating a good impression for, you know, people that you might want to work with or buy from you.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, how did you come to this work? What brought you to style and working with people in this way?
Do you want the long story, Danny, or the short story?
We've got 25 minutes. You tell me
My
the
girl,
things.
let's do this then. So basically, I started my career in working for a personal development organisation. I was organising courses and conferences. This is a really long story, but it's going to all make sense.
It's all right. I'm with you. We're here for it. Like, I've got my drink. I'm comfy.
Good. So I was organising courses and conferences. I managed all their leadership and management programs. So basically, as the event organizer for all these programs, I've got to attend all of these events and work with all of these big wigs, CEOs, etc., that needed this type of training. Outside of work, I was doing my modeling and organising fashion shows, etc. And I decided that I wanted to become an image consultant, but it cost 5k and my salary was 10k. So I had to decide maybe not this time, because I literally couldn't afford to train up. So this was my 20s. So I went along, I set up my own business, a social enterprise, and had my son. Really, really happy, but climbing the ladder of success completely burnt me out. Completely, because I was doing all the things, Danny, all the things, looking after my son, looking after, not getting a lot of money from my business, but, still doing it because we're passionate. You know what it's like
when you love it.
We're loving it so much. We know that, we can do this. And yes, it was great. It was an award-winning organisation, 7-figure business at the end. But I totally burnt out because I was trying to do all the things. I was trying to make sure my staff were okay, make sure my clients were okay, look after my son, keep a roof over my head, keep food on the table, all the things that I completely lost myself, completely burnt out and hit rock bottom in like 2011. And I spent, what I would say, a year on the sofa, not literally a whole year, but literally
I get you.
To the bed,
Lord.
Literally. Started trying to get another job, but because I had been the CEO of my organisation, nobody wanted to employ me.
Right.
But all I wanted was a job to pay my bills.
You become successful, and then you almost become unemployable. I feel completely unemployable now.
Yeah, completely unemployable. I was just like, oh, somebody give me a job. So but also I wanted a job that I didn't need to think about, because I'd spent so much time with my energy and my brain in my business. I was taking work home, sometimes not sleeping at night because I was still working. This all led to the exhaustion and the burnout. And I managed to get a job in a call center, thanks to my mum. Brilliant. She was like, Yvonne, when your mum calls you and they're a bit tentative. She's like, Yvonne, I know that this might not be right for you, but there's a couple of jobs going in the call center, and my boss has said that if you're interested, she'll give you. I was like, yeah, it's fine, mum, because I'm like, in a call center, it's a job. Yeah. In the call center, I just need to pick up the phone, talk to somebody, and put the phone down. I leave it there. 9 to 5. I'm in. I'm out. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I really took time to reflect on who I was, what I wanted out of life, what experience is I'd had that I hadn't made the most of previously. Also during this time, I'd completely lost my style. I looked like a hot mess because obviously I was like, seriously, I was like joggers, t-shirts, trainers. Don't get me wrong, I love a trainer, but when it's just like you're making no effort at all.
You're putting clothes on just to get by, and you're not putting clothes on for any other function. Yeah.
I was wearing clothes because I couldn't walk butt naked down the street. That's the only reason I was wearing them. So I started thinking about, oh God, I really need to sort myself out. Loads of clothes in my wardrobe, literally double wardrobe full of clothes, but nothing to wear, as we described earlier. And I started following this stylist online because I really liked some of the mood board that she's putting together. And then obviously, because I started following this stylist, Google, I like to say it's the universe, Danny, but I know it's Google and Facebook, basically sent me, it's the universe. Yes, they're telling me to do this. Basically sent me a sort of saying they're doing free personal styling sessions. Would you be interested in coming along? And it was coming up to my birthday. And I was like, yeah, okay, let me go and do this. And at the same time, my son walked into my room. He's like, Mum, got a birthday party. Can I go to Aaron's birthday party? So I was like, yeah, did all the cross checks. Who's Aaron? Where does he live? How are you going to get there? Blah, 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 blah. Then I sat there and I thought, hold on a minute. My son is going to be 18 in 3 years' time. I need to get my ish together.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he's going to be doing his thing, and I don't want him to see me. His love for me is actually holding him back.
Yeah.
Because I've got to look after him. I've got to look after mum. I can't go out and do my things with my. I'm like, what's going to happen to you? You're going to be here with a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
Like lonely old woman on a rocking chair. Get your act together. So I went on this personal styling trip. I bought it for my birthday. I said, you know what? Invest in you. You need this, Eves. Just invest a little bit of money in yourself. So I did that. And then at that point, it actually dawned on me that this, literally, as this woman was styling me, this is what I wanted to do.
Right.
Way back when. This is now my opportunity to retrain, etc.
Right. Law
of the universe. On voucher, become a personal stylist.
I'd love a voucher.
Love a voucher. So I was like, okay, great. Literally, when you don't even think about it, purchased it straight.
Yeah.
So then I think it was early 2017, I retrained as a personal stylist, decided I wanted to specialize in personal style. But Danny, it was so hilarious because I was a personal stylist with no style.
Okay.
So it took me a little bit of time to not only identify what my style now was as the new Yvonne,
right,
but how to shop sustainably without breaking the bank, because sustainable brands are expensive because they represent the true cost of the clothing rather than the cut, the cuts of, we bought this really, really cheap from a sweatshop in Bangladesh. So that's why we can give you, and I couldn't afford those clothes.
Right.
So I had to work out a way. How was I going to dress sustainably and support my clients to dress sustainably so it didn't break the bank? And it took me about a year to do that, a year of research development to do that. And whilst I was doing that, I was also finding my style, building my audience. And as you know, Danny, it takes a long time to build your audience and build your audience's trust. So that was perfect. As I was going through that transition myself, I was also taking my clients along, or potential clients along that journey as well. Yeah. So that's how I became a stylist. So that's why I say it started way back in my 20s with a seed that was sown of interest, but I didn't take that opportunity. Yeah. Then it took me to have a complete shutdown for me to be like, Eves, follow your purpose, follow your mission, make sure you don't leave this earth with regrets and not doing what you, and I feel now that this is what I was meant to be. However, just being a stylist wasn't good enough for me. Okay. During my life in corporate, running a business, obviously I developed business skills. I'm a qualified career coach. Yeah. I'd done creative production, event management, publishing. I'd done all these things. So styling people wasn't enough for me. Mm-hmm. But I also realized that the women that I was supporting could use with some of the support with other skills that I have. So that's why I'll call myself a success and style coach, because my knowledge is wider than style. If you want to elevate your career, I'm a career coach. I can help you. If you need support with, setting up, running a business or any of those types of things, I don't promote it, but I can support you with any of those kind of strategies as well. So that's me. It's been a whole kind of life journey, for want of a better word. And now I feel like I'm in the right place. Sorry?
Yeah. I hear you. It's just so interesting how when you start in one spot and you get like a specific set of skills in that particular area, how then when you find then something that you love, how you can mix the two together. So for me, being on stage and corporate skills are, presentation skills and connecting with businesses, connecting with clients is how I brought my skills and my love and kind of fused them both and created the IATQB movement. It is business centric and personal development centric, but it is rooted in performance, which is what fills my cup up.
Absolutely, and that's why
you with style.
Yes. So my offer, I call myself the success stylist because I was like, I'm a personal stylist. I said, if I say I'm a personal stylist, people are just going to assume that's what I do. But if I call myself a success stylist, there's a little trigger that sort of says, what is that? And it makes people question a little bit more. And it also makes me unique. Like Danny, the Queen Bee, you know, the Queen Bee, Danny, everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows. If you say Yvonne Phillip, the success stylist, fingers crossed, in years to come, everybody will know. And plus my happy hair, as Shari calls it.
Just love your hair.
You know, we were talking about the other day having that signature look, and yours is your headscarves, and mine is my hair or my wrap. You know, people know me because you know of that. So, I forgot what I was saying, Dan.
You're saying about so we were talking about bringing your skills full circle. So having something that you love and having skills that are transferable, actually something that, you know, you can monetize and that you can
monetize it, and it makes you really unique. So I think the fact that that I'm a sustainable stylist and I'm not all about people, you know, people going out and buying clothes and next, you know, don't worry, don't get me wrong, I love Westfields in West London. It's my second home. I will go there for inspiration, but I will come back with maybe buying a Pret coffee, and that's a bit, or tea, and that's about, you know, that's about it. But also, you know, in that, rooted in the style is a lot more, because there's a person behind the outfit. And that person has a heart, that person has ideas, that person wants to, you know, gain success on their terms. And if I can help that person with that thing as well, that, you know, that's what I do. So my signature program isn't just about style. It's about, you know, sorting out your business strategy as well, so that it matches your style.
And it's just in the same way that with branding and websites and fonts are not, you know, are a component of your brand, but are not the be all and end all of your branding. You've got to have an idea where your vehicle is going.
Absolutely.
In order for you to bring everything else together, all of these other elements together. So, and that how you look is absolutely central to what you give out, kind of bringing the conversation full circle.
Absolutely. I call it the hidden element of your brand.
Because
it is the hidden element, because yes, we've got our fonts, our logos, you know, our colors, our patterns, and, you know, a brand designer will bring that together, and then that shows up on your social media and your website, and when you're on person, networking on stage, etc. But if that's not congruent with what you're wearing, it's going to be off, and people are going to be like, there's something not quite right. Everything needs to be in flow and in harmony, so that every touch point of your brand is sending the same message and feeling and emotion.
Absolutely. So tell us, how do we find out more about things like your signature programs? How do we find out more about, you know, how do we hang out with you? Well, I always need a little bit more of you in my life, so it's all good. But tell us, because I know there'll be people out there that want to.
Yes, most definitely. So you can find me on Facebook and on Instagram at Yvonne Phillip Success Stylist. And I have a free Facebook group, Styled for Success, where you can join me there. My signature program is detailed on my socials. Went live yesterday, ironically. I was like,
exciting.
Yes. So it was really funny when I booked to do this interview with you. I was like, why am I doing this after I've just launched? Why? I'm not a morning person at the best of times. Why am I promising to be live at 8 o'clock? And here I am, bright and blue.
Here you are, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
When you love what you do and you love the person that's interviewing you, and you know you're going to feed off that person's energy,
yes,
you know, it's all good. So you can find find out about that there. And then obviously, if you're on the Rockstar Level Up, you will. I will be with you on the 12th of September, and we're going to have our day of style, which I'm really, really looking forward to.
That is going to be such an experience for everybody that's on there. We've sort of talked about this, Nikki and I, about how that day is going to look, and I'm really, really excited for all of the masterminders for what we're going to be doing that day. Just as a side note, as a personal note from me, I'm in your free group. And the content that is in there is just brilliant. You're in there regularly. It is, you know, as a community, as a group, as somewhere to go and get information, as well as a sense of community. It is such a brilliant place to hang out. And you know, kudos to you for creating such a wicked space. And if anybody wants to know more, please do go and search out Yvonne's free group. Styled for Success, isn't it?
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. Also, you know, in the group, it's not just, although it's called Styled for Success, it's not just about style. Because as I've said through my journey, you know, I've got 3 pillars to success. They are strategy, as in the plan, your style, and then your self-care. Because if we don't take care of ourselves as entrepreneurs and people that try and climb the ladder, we're going to burn out. We're going to hit rock bottom. And then we're not going to be able to give anything. We're not going to be able to get the success we want. So it's about all 3 of those through those elements. So don't get confused if you do come in, if I'm talking about shampoo.
Don't, but you know, like I said, there's so much fab content in there that's all relevant to the growth of your business, not just style, although style of course is a heavy element because you're so bloody incredible in your field. But Yvonne, we are running out of time, but thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. I can't wait to see you and hang out with you more on the 12th with the mastermind. And best of luck with your launch. Let us know how you get on.
I will do.
Anything that you want to share, please share it in the comments here so that people that are watching can come back and come and click through and come and see what you're getting up to.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Mwah. I love you. I'll see you soon. That was Yvonne Phillip, everybody. What an absolute superstar she is. I don't hold back on the quality of my guests, you guys, do I? We have the most amazing people coming onto the show. Yvonne is no different. All right, so coming up tomorrow, Sandy's watching at the moment. Sandy Balls is going to be joining us in the morning. Super excited about talking to her. We've got Tracy Hannigan on Thursday and Bhavna Radia on Friday. So please make sure you set your alarms for 8 o'clock. Make sure you are following us across the socials at the Queen Bee. Danny, if you're not following us on Instagram already, do us a favor. Go and give us a little cheeky follow on Instagram. It's at the Queen Bee, Danny. And if you are not a member of the IATQB Hive, where we carry on the conversation, give us a little shout, put Hive in the comments, or just search IATQB Hive. It's spelt like this. Look, hang on, there. IATQB Hive. It stands for I am the Queen Bee. Come and join us, and I will see you in the morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Go rip it up today. Let me know how you get on. I'm here for chats. I'll see you soon.